Hello everybody. I am working on some books and I just wanted to show you what I'm doing in case it inspires you. So let me first tell you about this book. I started working on this book, more than a year, I think maybe a year ago. And I used my own photographs, but if you can see, I, stitched along. And stitching along, the, paper takes it at another level. It just, it feels good, and it's sturdier. It's just nice. That's all I can say. So, I stitched this part, but now I want to show you how to stitch along this part. I'm just adding this story. And, what you do is, well, the story is so cute. I have to tell you the story. It starts with this small plant called ivy, this small plant. And everybody says that they need to water the plant. They have to take care of the plant. Hi, Grandma, would you take care of the plant? And so they keep watering this thing, and it keeps growing and growing until it starts taking over the house. And then in the end, when it's so green they can't see anything, they're like, have you seen my red tie anywhere, darling? Oh, here you all are. That's good. But who's keeping an eye on ivy? This is very annoying. I wanted to make a cake, but I can't find the kitchen. And they're very angry because ivy has just taken over everything. And it made me think about crafts and how the crafts have taken over my life and my space so much that, right now I'm just trying to put everything together so that I'm not, it's not overwhelming to me. So this year is, I'm using what I have here. And I'm not going to buy any more than I have. I'm going to poke it on this side because I just have too much, and space is becoming less and less. It's not as bad as ivy that, I can't see from one room to the next, but it's getting there. So, this story spoke to me. And, I had already decided not to buy for this year. But this just reminded me of myself and, what I want to do for this year. See, everywhere that I poke a hole here, that's where I can stitch. What's mainly important is the hole. You first make the hole. And then on this side, I don't want to cover up. I don't want to go over on this side because it'll cut into here. So, but I do want to go up to make this. So that's all right on this side. I'll take the cards out so that it doesn't interfere. And then I go up a level here, and the stitches become a V, like this. So you make a dot in between the other two dots, there. And you sew along here, and you sew along here, and you can sew along your cards, put a backing on them, sew along the cards. And what will happen is that, see, I sewed this on before I made the backing. Let's see here, sticks. Before I put the backing on it, because I didn't want this circle to go all the way through to the other side. So I sewed this onto here before I glued it, and then sewed it around here, which you could see from this side. And I could sew along there, which you can see over here. So, you know, you just have to be careful what you're sewing and how you're sewing. But it really does make a difference. It just sets it off so that it's so pretty. So that's what I'm doing with this story side that's in the back. And I'll be putting more of my photographs in there. But I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to share this other story with you. You could, instead of making a book like I made with this paper book, you can glue the sides together and make pockets. And from the story that they had about how the bear snores on, the story is there was this bear that see, roared. This bear was in a cave, and all these other animals wanted to share in the cave, but they were afraid of waking the bear. So they were pretty quiet. But then somehow the bear woke up and sneezed. Achoo! I made a pocket here. And frightened all the animals, and they were going to run away. But the bear said, "Don't go, I'm lonely. Please stay with me." So these are all the little pieces that I have for using in other stories. But the story is so cute that the bear becomes tameable just by being kind. And this spoke to me about my fears. My bear isn't necessarily people, but it's the fear of achieving or the fear of not doing well, and you want to keep that bear asleep. Children's stories can be quite deep with a little story, and I think that's why I like them so much. I love the artwork, and I love the story. You know, that there are many stories that can actually speak to adults. And this is the last one I was working on tonight. I just threw this one together because this one didn't mean as much to me. You know, it's not about the sewing, it's just about storage. And I liked this book because Mary Lou wants you to let go of your inhibitions. You know, when she talks about quilting in her book, this is the pages that I made, but her story's over here, right brain versus left brain. She talks about how to break out of your inhibitions. And, you know, little kids are really not inhibited about drawing until much later in their lives, and then they become, as they become adults, if they're not full-blown artists, you know, they're intimidated about drawing a little mouse or a bird or anything that, you know, these simple flowers or a turtle. And really the images are quite simple. You know, like she has the button size here, well, the flower is round. And you can stitch around it to make it look like a real flower. It doesn't have to be done in a lifetime or lifelike imagery. You know, it doesn't have to look like life. It can feel like life. I like this, all the colors, the bold colors that she uses. I made pockets and I used the tape around it, you know, just haphazardly so that I could have my pockets. But I want to show you what I thought, you know, I have like these pictures of flowers, and I wondered what it would look like, you know, grapes. Like this flower here. Let's take this flower. See, if we just made those into circles when we were quilting and put a circle in the middle and made these into simple shapes in a stem, this could be a beautiful quilt applique. You know, it could be, you know, a really nice design. Or the mice from a story. You can simplify the mice into this shape. Simplify the cat or a bird or fish and tell your own story. But what I really like, and the what I want to do on a smaller scale, not a huge scale, is I really like this picture. To applique the trees and the fields and this fence, the greenery. This is a painting, but what would it be like in a quilt? You know, to express your feelings in a quilt. And another one was this picture. I have a simple person, the buildings in the back. This was a watercolor. I don't think I would do the whole stairs and the tree and everything, but I would like to do her. But in a very simple drawing, like what she has somewhere back here. She had some people that were people like what kids would draw, but they would still be expressive people. And you're expressing a person standing by a fence and with the buildings and the winter tree coming over its head. Look at, there's Santa Claus. Pretty simple Santa Claus, but you know who it is. It's delightful. So this book is just about storage of ideas of what I want to do, but to remember the bold colors and the simple shapes. Here's a woman that she has that really represent folk art images that are rather delightful and do tell a story. So whether the story is about a big bear or a plant that got too much water on it, you can tell a story in a quilt. And this is what I want to express to everybody this year, is to lose their inhibitions, and just start to create. And you'll find that, here's a word, play. The play itself is art. And creating, you know, expressing your emotions is art, no matter what form it takes, whether it's stitching or painting or coloring or whatever you decide to do. You're expressing your feelings, you're expressing yourself, and we should all be able to do it. Everybody should be able to do it if you desire to do it. If the desire is there, then you can do it. So that's all I want to say, and I'll talk to you later.